Hi, this is Jack O'Brien, and I could tell you stories. Like the story about Denny Crenshaw telling his neighbor Matt Chase over lunch at the Crystal Lake Country Club about getting into it the other day with a guy on a bike. He says, "There's maybe 6 of them, and they've got these skin-tight outfits with fancy designs, and this guy comes up next to me, and he's got mirrors on his sunglasses, so apparently he can see behind him. And he's wearing the dumbest looking helmet I've ever seen. It's not even a helmet. It looks like he sliced open a white football and stuck it on his head." And Matt says to him, "Well, what do you care what he's wearing?" Which is a good question, because if you know Denny will wear a striped shirt with Madras shorts and never even think about it twice. And the weird thing is most people don't even have Madras shorts. Denny says, "Well, I don't care what he wears, but he says to me, 'Where's your helmet? If you fall, you could have a serious injury,' like it's any of his business. You know, I'm 83 and I've never worn a helmet to ride a bike, and I'm not going to start now." Well, I say to him, and we're riding right next to each other now, I say, "Listen, I worked for OSHA for 40 years. You don't know what you're talking about. I've been riding for most of my life, and I never fell off a bike." Yeah, and what did he say? So he says, "Well, then the law of averages says it's only a matter of time." And I said, "Law of averages? Let me ask you something. When you get home, are you leaving your helmet on?" Well, why would he do that? Well, that's what he said. So I said, "Wait, because there were 6,000 deaths in the U.S. last year from falling in the home, and 80% of them were in the bathroom where you'll be taking a shower before too long. You know how many bicycle deaths there were?" Well, he didn't know. He just waved his hand to shush me like I was being obstinate. Well, he doesn't know you like I do. Yeah. So I said, 720. That's it, total. "That's it, really?" "Yeah, really. Retirees get the OSHA bulletin. It's full of stuff like that." So my point is, I'm telling the guy he's got it all backwards. He wears his fancy rubber suit and his football head when he's safe. But when he's in the greatest danger, he's stark naked. Oh, I get your point. Well, yeah, it's a statistical fact. I have as much chance of falling off my bike as I do getting eaten by piranhas. Well, not really. People bike around here all the time, but we don't have piranhas. Oh, I didn't tell you. I booked a cruise for the Orinoco next July. Really? Yeah, we take a big cruise ship to Trinidad, and then we transfer to a small steamer, and we head to the mainland. And when we're about 100 miles upriver, we get into canoes to explore these tributaries and see monkeys and panthers and snakes and whatever. Sheesh. What? Well, you just got done telling me you berated a guy because he expressed a concern for your safety. And now you're telling me you're going to a country where there's a revolution in progress. Into what? The drug cartels? Rebel villages? Mercenary camps? You're 83, as you keep reminding me. You're going into a jungle where there are a whole lot of things that could kill you. You're canoeing in a piranha-infested river, for crying out loud. I told you I could get eaten by piranhas. I said that. I know it's dangerous. But I want to go before I can't do stuff anymore. I'm, what? Getting old. You want my advice? What? Take a helmet? No, I was going to say, go for it. And why not? This is Jack O'Brien. Thanks for listening.
Like what you've just heard? I Could Tell You Stories with Jack O'Brien is brought to you by Brick City Digital. Hi, I'm Michael Warren, and at Brick City Digital Marketing, we believe every business has a great story to tell. Our job is to help your business tell your story in a way that brings more customers to your door. We help small businesses just like yours with web design, social media, SEO, video, and more. Visit us online at brickcity.com or call 352-351-1131 for a free consultation.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back. On a Friday, it's time to take a look at the tropics because it's busy out there. Hurricane Sam has been Tropical Storm Sam has been upgraded to a hurricane early this morning, according to the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. It intensified quickly, going from a tropical depression to a hurricane in less than 24 hours. The strengthening is expected to continue. Sam is forecast to become a major hurricane by tonight or early Saturday morning. It's expected to continue strengthening with winds expected to reach 130 miles per hour by Sunday. Yep, that's a Category 4 hurricane, folks. That's a major hurricane. Forecasters say there's a range of possibilities as to where Sam may go. They're urging residents from Bermuda to the Bahamas, the east coast of the United States, and Atlantic Canada to monitor the system for potential impact. So let me get this right. The Bahamas and Bermuda, all of the eastern seaboard, and the Atlantic Canadian border. So what you're telling me is from Bahamas to Canada, which includes Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, all those states, plus Canada, plus the islands of Bermuda and Bahamas, you're all in the cone. It could come get you. Way to whittle that down to a smaller area there, National Hurricane Center. I mean, they are urging residents from Bermuda to the Bahamas, the entire east coast of the United States, and Atlantic Canada to monitor the system for potential impact. So basically, you just took the North American continent and said, you could be screwed. Keep an eye on it. They will know more as this storm gets closer, but the fact that it is going to be a category storm out there in the ocean with nothing in its way, that's the scary thing. They think it'll be a category 4 by Sunday and expect it to strengthen even more after that. This could be a category 5 hurricane while out in the ocean with nothing in its way to stop it. So we need to pay attention to Hurricane Sam. Elsewhere in the tropics, the Hurricane Center is also tracking 3 systems in the Atlantic, including one new one that's just east of the Carolinas. The remaining names on the list for the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, there's only 3 left: Teresa, Victor, and Wanda. If those names are used, then there's a supplemental list approved by the World Meteorological Organization. It replaced the Greek alphabet. The Greek alphabet was boring. The supplemental list starts with Adria, Braylon, Caridad, Deshaun, Emery, Foster, Gemma, and Heath. So what's out there and why are they out there? Well, Sam is located about 1,470 miles east-southeast of the Leeward Islands. It's about 2,673 miles east of West Palm Beach. So it's about 2/3 of the country away from West Palm Beach. Disturbance 1 is a gale-force non-tropical low-pressure system, the remnants of Odette. It's located a little more than 600 miles northwest of the Azores. Disturbance 2 is a large area of showers and thunderstorms centered a couple hundred miles east of Bermuda. It's associated with a surface and upper-level trough. And a tropical wave is expected to move off the west coast of Africa by the end of this weekend. So the large area of showers and thunderstorms centered at a couple hundred miles east of Bermuda. That's the one just off the Carolinas. See, people always think Bermuda's is down near Florida. It's not. Bermuda is about due east of the Carolinas. How likely are these to strengthen? Well, we know Sam's going to strengthen, and it's likely to become a major hurricane tonight or early Saturday morning. Disturbance 1, the showers and thunderstorms remaining limited because it's the remnants of Odette, so it's in good shape. Some tropical or subtropical development of the system near the Carolinas could happen through early Saturday as it moves generally north-northeast. After that, it's not expected to do much because of upper level winds. And the one that's coming off the coast of Africa, environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for gradual development of tropical depression by the middle of next week, and it could end up being a tropical storm or a hurricane by next weekend. So who's likely to be impacted by all these storms? Well, let's just think about Sam, because that's the only major hurricane. Beginning this weekend, swells moving out from the center of the storm will produce rough surf along the eastern shores of both the Leeward and Windward Islands. Where Sam will go depends on several factors. There's potential for this system to continue to track to the west as it nears the islands of the Northern Caribbean and the Bahamas. In that scenario, it will wander close to the east coast of the U.S. by the middle of next week. So a lot of things to keep your eye out on in the tropics as, we're right here in the part of the season that is most active. So a lot of things to keep in mind as we go forward. Coming up next, we're going to, Susan Schmitz is here, and she's joining us at 9:30, but we're going to bring her on at 9:15 because there's a lot to talk about going on this weekend. I'm going to go over the weekend calendar and see if I can entice Susan into being interested in, going somewhere with her husband on the weekend. See if I can get her, to go. There's an Oktoberfest going on. I'll talk to her about that. That might be a good idea. We'll do that next, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.